What's up, family? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to day 6 of our challenge. Welcome. Starshu here. Hope having an amazing Monday. Hope your day has been great. I am so excited to come back here for us to continue our conversation on taking action for 2025. And so as we always do, I want you to share. I want you to invite someone. I want you to comment and make sure that you are listening. You're in a place where you can gather as much information as possible. And so before we start our short conversation, I always want to say short because I'm keeping that mindset. I want you to take a minute and invite someone, share this with someone, share the YouTube link with someone. I'm going to do that myself, but take a minute and share the YouTube link with someone so that we can all have this conversation. And we are going to start in a little bit. Yes, we are live. If you're live, watching live, just like this video and share it with someone. Let them know that we are here hanging out and they can join us live. Hope everyone's Monday is going well wherever you're watching me from. Yesterday was a great time as well. And today we're going to continue. So just take a minute and share with someone, invite someone, share the link. And if you are able to, just put the tag Action 2025. That is our tag for our 21 days. Action 2025. Action 2025. Share with someone, share with someone, share with someone. For those who are watching, I just want you to go ahead and say Action 2025 in the chat on YouTube, on Facebook. Action 2025. Action 2025. Thank you for those who are joining in. Thank you for those who are watching. I know that it is Monday evening and everyone is busy with one thing or the other, but I am so excited that you're able to join us, and I believe that this time that we are spending together is going to transform your life. It is transforming my life. I hope and I believe and I'm confident that's going to transform your life too. And so today we are on day 6 of our Action 2025 challenge. Day 6. So we have some more days to go. We're going to go for 21 days. We started on the 4th. We're going to be ending on the 25th, which is Christmas Day. I cannot wait for what 2025 has in store for you. And I am so glad, I am so excited today. When I was talking to one of my friends today, and she was like, oh, 2025 is going to be a great year for you. I cannot wait for the things that 2025 has for you. And I was like, wow. I was receiving every single thing, and I was like, wow, she is prophesying to me right now. So it was just amazing, just hearing that, and really that made my day. So I hope that the things that I'm going to be sharing as well, you're going to find them inspiring. I hope you're going to find them, a blessing. And I hope that you're going to be energized for your goals for 2025. So I think, we're just going to get right into it. I wanted us to share, and I see that a lot of people are sharing. Please, I would like you to comment as you're watching on YouTube, on Facebook, and just, let's keep the interaction going. But hey, once again, family, welcome to day 6 of our challenge. Hope you guys had a great day. Yesterday, we're talking about the power of your story. Wasn't that just amazing? I am just so excited with that, because my brain has been firing on all cannons since I had that thought about sharing your story. And I believe that something amazing is going to come out of that. So if you have not watched it yet, if you're joining us today, you did not watch our live on your story, the power of your story, please do so. Share it with someone whom you know that probably has a story that needs to be shared, someone that you know you've been encouraging them to go out there to share their story, to do more with their life. Please share that with them. Let them understand that the world is awaiting them and that there's so much in store for them. There's so many people that they can reach, so many people they can impact, so many people they can influence by sharing their story. So I have been thinking on that nonstop, and I believe that great things are going to come out of just that one thought, not just for me, but for you as well. And so I really want you to keep that. If for the last 4 days we've been talking, you didn't get anything, please, I want you to remember that. And so today I'm going to be pivoting right back to where we're talking about habits and what it's going to take for us to succeed in our 2025. And I tell you what, the power of habits, of building great habits, cannot be overemphasized. It cannot be overemphasized. Whether it's, some people have over time formed the habit of getting up and taking coffee. That's the first thing in the morning, right? So some people have these different things that they do as routines. Those things are habits. And so when you are doing those things consistently, we can all talk about the most common one, which is the habit to get up, and the first thing is pick your phone and start scrolling to check everything that happened while you're asleep. That is a habit. A lot of people have formed that. Some people have the habit. I was in a conference one time, and someone talked about the fact that they have the habit where as soon as they wake up, they just stay still for 10-15 minutes. And so they build that over time for so many years. So people have different things that they build up. A habit of, okay, once I get up, I do my exercise, I do my stretches, I do my yoga. Someone, I was talking with one of my colleagues one time, she says, I don't eat past 5. She told me, yeah, I've been doing my yoga for 20 something years, and that's become part of her habit, her lifestyle, and she can even build a career out of that. So there are so many things that we do that are habits that we form unconsciously. And so today we're going to be talking about the power of forming habits, how to form habits that are going to keep us sustainable in 2025. So you have to understand that there are habits that you have formed unconsciously, but today we're challenging ourselves to form habits consciously. I want you to remember that. And as we're going through this conversation, I want you to think about the fact that you have to start evaluating. Remember when you would always hear me say, look back, have awareness of what habits you are currently, which are currently in play in your life. So there are so many micro habits. Micro habits is a word I like to use today. Micro habits that we do on a daily basis, which we have to be intentional about building new ones so that we can achieve the success that we want in 2025. So I really want you to think about that. And so in our journey, we've been talking about that, the power of starting small. That was what we talked about on the previous day, I believe that was Saturday, the power of starting small. And we talked about the fact that when you're starting small, it gives you that opportunity to learn, and it stops you from being overwhelmed, from being burnt out. And so you have to really be intentional about starting small. Don't just stumble on starting small, and don't dislike when you are in a phase of growth and it's like, this is small, I am not able to do so much, I'm only doing this little now. Enjoy it and learn from it. And so the first thing, this principle of starting small applies to everything, even to what we're talking about yesterday as your story. The principle of starting small, it applies to everything. So whatever big goal, big business you want to have, you have to enjoy the season of starting small. For the Christians out there, you know that there's a scripture in the Bible that says that do not despise the days of little beginnings, for God rejoices to see a work start. That will preach. So what am I saying? I'm saying that there is a power in little beginnings. There is a power in starting small. And so even when it comes to building sustainable habits, you have to understand the principle of starting small. It's really a principle. And when you start small, we talked a little bit about this when we're talking about, say, you want to exercise. And I watched someone who was saying that they wanted to do a 72 challenge, but when they got to the 30 days, they could not keep up. They could not keep up, not because the 72-day challenge was impossible, but the truth is that because they had not started small and build up over time, it's hard for you to say, oh, I'm going to jump from 1 to 72 when you've not even gone from 1 to 2 or 20 or 30. And so by the time they got to 30, they were not able to go up to 72. Now, there is a blessing in that, because at least they were able to make some progress. They were able to do something, rather than somebody not even starting any challenge or not even starting to take action on anything. But the truth is that if they had built up little stacks of challenges over time, where they were like, okay, I will do 7 days, and then they build the resilience up. They learn, like how we talked about on Saturday, when you are at a stage where you're doing something small, you can learn, you can pivot, you can grow, you can tweak things, you can change things. So when you say, oh, I'm going to go from 1 to 72, and you have not really learned, okay, what works, what time works, what resources do I need, and all of that, you find yourself falling by the wayside along the way. So you have to really be intentional about your stage of small. So the first thing that we're talking about, building sustainable habits today, is that you have to start small and be consistent. One thing that I have said this a few times, it takes 21 days to build a habit. So I always like to give myself that range when I'm trying to work on something, 21 days. And then when I observe 21 days, then I see how I can continue to scale. There are a lot of things that I did not succeed, but there is one major thing that I talked about a couple of days ago, that I programmed myself to do that for like 100 days, and I was able to do that. I've not had success with a lot of things, but you can have success with something that serves as the foundation of your journey. And that's what I want to focus on today. In you establishing habits, pick a habit that is going to serve as the foundation of your journey, of your transformation journey, of your action journey. Pick one thing that you know that this is the foundation for me to build my life on, for me to build everything that I'm my purpose on, and start there. So I'm going to give an example. For somebody who wants to, say, be an athlete, for example, your foundation is exercise. So you have to start from there. That is going to be the first and the primary habit that you're going to build up, which will be to get up and exercise. You might not be a professional. I'm not talking about somebody who is a professional, because for most of us, we have, again, multiple layers of complexities. And so we are trying to take action on goals when we already have a lot of things going on. But in the goals that we want to take action on, you have to find that thing that is the bottom line, the baseline of everything that you're going to build on, and start from there. So think about that in terms of your journey. I want to take, for example, somebody who wants to be a world-class singer, a world-class musician or something. World-class musician, let me take that for example. World-class guitarist. The foundation of that goal is to play the guitar. That's it. So you have to start small in playing the guitar. So I will play for 5 minutes every day. I will play for 5 minutes every day, and you just do that, and you 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 do that. Once you have built up on that foundation of that big goal, then you can now start adding other layers to it. Like, okay, I'm going to play for 20 minutes. I'm going to play for 30 minutes. Then you can say, oh, I'm going to play for 30 minutes after work. I'm going to play for 30 minutes before I go to bed. Then you start adding layers and layers of complexity to the base that you have already started doing. But you have to identify your base, which is your small. And so once you do that, you focus on that and you start doing that. The second thing that's going to happen is that you're going to start stacking habits. Habit stacking is very important. So we talked about the fact that you start by just playing every day, and then you start increasing the time, and then you say, okay, I'm going to play for 1 hour every day. So the first thing was just playing. And then the second thing is now the amount of time that you play. That is stacking a habit. And then you can now add another layer to that you're going to play at a certain time. And as you keep doing that, that's how you build your lifestyle. So I want you to think about that, because that is very important. Very, very important. I think I mentioned this a couple of days ago. I was trying to encourage some friends to take action on a few goals. And the first thing is, they were trying to work on so many things at that time. And when one layer fails, then they will get discouraged and overwhelmed. And I was like, no, the first thing you have to do is to start, just pick the minimum and start. Show up. I want you to write in the chat, you can just type the word show up. I think the first thing is showing up. Show up, show up, show up. Show up, that's your small. But whatever thing you have, and then you can stack later. The third thing that I want to talk about is that when you do that, you have to create an environment that is going to support that habit. This is so important, because if you allow distractions, so pretty much that's talking about distractions. For you to create an environment that supports your actions, it's pretty much cutting aside distractions. So I remember someone had talked about the fact that, when they were learning to exercise, to get into the rhythm of exercising, and the first thing is that by their bedside, they put their workout clothes. So instead, when people get up and the first thing they do is pick up their phone, they get up and they pick up their workout clothes. I have a friend of mine who is cultivating and building herself up in the area of prayer. And what she has done is she has set her alarm somewhere that is far away, and she has, when that alarm gets up, she rings, she has to get up and go there. For me, how I create an environment to cut distractions is that for my phone, if I am in a space where I want to focus either on prayer or on work or something, I have different settings that at a certain time, I don't actually have to do it manually. I have programmed it to just shut off the things that I do not need at that time. So create an environment which is programmed. So for me, it's programmed. So if I got up, for example, and I say, okay, this is my time to, for whatever my time, my prayer time that I've set, for example, I just, I have already set up the environment where it doesn't, distractions don't come into play. That's a high level way I can explain that. If for me to go into layers and layers of that might take us more time, but what I'm saying is that you have to create an environment. So if you want to build this exercise where you're going to work out, you set the fact that, okay, you're going to start doing it. You're going to do it for 5 minutes, and then put your gym clothes somewhere or your exercise clothes somewhere, or tell yourself, okay, I'll do this first, then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to get this reward later. That's another strategy. That's another way by which you can build sustainable habits over time. There's so many reasons, actually, or there's so many ways, but I did not want us to go into so many ways. But the truth is that there's one thing that I just highlighted, which is important. Attach a positive emotion to it. Attach something pleasant to that thing that you want to do. So for example, if before I make this call, or before I go here, or before I take this cookie, I don't know about, say take this cookie, because talking about exercise and cookie, they don't really go along well. But the truth is that before I say take this cookie, I'm going to write 5 pages, or I'm going to write 1 page, or I'm going to do call this person. If what you're working on is, if you're taking action on sales and you have to call clients, maybe before I eat this cookie, which I like cookie, I'm a sweet tooth, I'm going to call 3 clients. So you attach a positive emotion, you attach a reward to it, and then it's going to motivate you to keep that habit going. So that's another thing, another way by which you can actually create sustainable habits, is to attach a positive emotion to it. So for the people who like coffee, for example, I think this is a good example. Before you take your coffee, you're going to say you're going to write 5 pages, or you're going to write 5 lines, or you're going to write 10 lines. So because you've already built that habit of taking coffee, for example, so you can leverage on that to build a new habit. That's a good one. I think you should write that down. You can use leverage of habits that you already have to build new habits. So for example, again, if you were a coffee drinker, oh, in the morning I must take my coffee. I like the smell of coffee. So before I take my coffee, which is something that I already do, and it's, I'm anticipating to take that, I'm going to do this other thing that is not so pleasant, which I'm trying to do, and which I'm trying to take action on. So I want you to take that and then begin to look at your life now. What are those habits that I already have that I can build up on? And then you have to focus on, the next thing is that you have to focus on your identity. So we are, I know we're saying Action 2025, but I want you to not lose sight of purpose, because everything that we're doing is centered around purpose. So that is your identity. That is who you are. So the actions that you're taking is not just to say, oh, I'm checking a box, I have done this. No, but it's because everything that you're doing is lining up towards your purpose. So this is who you're becoming. You are becoming a writer. You're becoming a musician. You're becoming a player. You're becoming, a singer. Whatever it is, you're becoming a coach. You're becoming an athlete. You are not just doing exercise, but you are fit. You are healthy. You're not just trying to eat for 21 days vegetables, but you are a healthy person. You're building a healthy lifestyle. And so when you begin to focus more on your identity, you begin to focus more on your purpose, you begin to focus more on the big picture, not just that little action, then you begin to put yourself in like, oh, I'm healthy, so I eat healthy. So you see yourself as the person. You don't just see the action. You don't just see the thing. So I want you to really think about that. This is who I am. I'm a healthy person. So I eat healthy. I'm an athlete. or I'm fit, right? Not all of us are athletes, but we're fit. I'm fit. So as somebody who is fit, I exercise, I am a writer. So as somebody who is a writer, I write. So when you use your purpose, is one of the things that we talked about, keeping your purpose at the center of your mind. When you use your purpose, when you keep your purpose at the center of your mind and at the center of everything that you do, then those things that you do not just become regular actions, but you're doing them as who you are. And with that, it gives your actions more power. It makes you more, it strengthens everything, the core of everything that you do. And then the next thing I want to talk about is that you have to surround yourself with supportive people. This is so important. I did not want to pass on. There's so many things, reasons that there's so many ways that I think we can build sustainable habits, is that you should have supportive people. And when I was thinking about this, I really thought about the fact that so many people, we in this virtual world, in this digital world that we live in, we are so focused on the people that are not even around, the people that we don't even see. Yes, we can influence people. Yes, we can connect with people. But then you have to have people who feed you. When you have people who feed you, and whatever it is that you say, oh, I'm doing this. I remember one of the days I was like, oh, maybe I'm not going to go live today. Oh, maybe I'm just going to stop this. And my husband was like, no, you're going to do this. I know that you have a problem with this issue, but I'm going to fix it. That is support system. So have people who support you, have people who believe in you, have people who can cheer you on so that you don't give up in building that habit. Because yes, that habit is going to pay off. Yes, you're going to have your big break. Yes, you're going to write that bestseller one day. But the truth is that before you get to that bestseller, you still have to, you don't even know when that day is going to come. So you have to keep building up. You have to keep trying. You have to keep at it. You have to keep showing up, because you don't know when the day of your big break is going to come. So it's very, very important for you to surround yourself with people who are going to say, you have to keep doing this. I believe in you. I remember yesterday or a couple of days ago, I was watching an interview with one of the great singers, and her song Waymaker has gone all over the world. But what happened? She had written over 100 songs before she wrote Waymaker. And now she writes many songs. But the greater part of her work was done before Waymaker. So you have to keep going. You have to have a support system, people who are going to encourage you to keep pushing on the journey as you're building these habits towards your purpose. And last but not the least, today I had so much to share. I wanted to give us as much as possible. There's so many things that I could think about, but I want you to again always remember self-compassion. Remember to be compassionate on yourself. Remember not to be too hard on yourself as you're building these habits. Please, 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 if I could beg on you, do not be hard on yourself, because when you learn self-compassion, you'll be able to be compassionate towards others. That's something that I've learned. You will be compassionate towards others. And yesterday we're talking about the power of your story. The truth is that when you have overcome something, and when you can tap into your story, the power of your story, you're going to be able to be compassionate to other people, and you're going to be able to give other people more grace and say, okay, you know what, I was here one day when I could not be consistent. I was here one day when I was always giving my word and breaking it. So I can understand if somebody is struggling with keeping up with things that they say. So when you can have compassion on yourself, I think I also talked about this a few days ago, that when you are on the journey and you're not compassionate on yourself, even when you get the results, even when you get the big success, you will not even be able to enjoy it, because you will keep regretting about what could have been and what was not. So those are the things that I wanted to share with us today. If there is something I want you to type in the chat, is that show up. You have to show up. And remember to have a people around you, a support system that is going to support you. A friend of mine, I said that earlier. I called her today. She was like, man, 2025 is going to be a great year for you. I can just see it. And I could not believe she was saying that to me. It was so amazing because I show up here and I say, oh, I believe in you. 2025 is going to be a great year for you. You're going to do great things. You're going to do amazing. And I believe in you, and you are crushing it in 2025. And she hasn't even been seeing what I'm doing. I don't believe she has kept up with what I'm doing. But it was just so heartwarming that she was able to tell me that, oh my gosh, can you imagine the end of the year for you? It's going to be a glorious year for you. And just receiving that really gave me joy. So have people who support you. And I want you to know that I am one of those who supports you. I'm one of those who is cheering you on, telling you that 2025, you're going to crush it. It's going to be the best year of your life. Believe in yourself. I believe in you. And you have everything that you need to crush it. I think tomorrow I'm going to talk about the abundance mindset, which we need for 2025. So that when I said you have all you need, I just, got what I want to say for tomorrow, share with you tomorrow, the abundance mindset. You have all you need to crush it in 2025. You don't have to. Resources are all within you. Everything that you need is within you. So the giftings, the talents, everything is within you. But we're going to talk about that tomorrow. So I don't want to delve deep into it right now, but I want you to have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Please share this with someone. Remember to build great habits that are going to sustain your success and your progress for 2025. Remember starting small. Remember to use habit stacking. Start now with already a habit that you already have going on to build a new habit on top of it. Like if you're a coffee drinker, write five pages, or write 5 lines, 1 page before you take your coffee or whatever that thing is. Leverage what you already have. Yes, use the word leverage. So you can write that down. Leverage, leverage, leverage. Create an environment that supports your habits. That's one thing that I said. Make sure that you're clearing distractions any way you can. There are so many resources that you can use if you're online, if you're anywhere, to clear distractions, to make sure that your environment is supportive. If you want to start exercising, for example, get as much resources to learn how you can create an environment to help you to exercise. If you want to be healthy, think about how you can create an environment that is going to help you to eat healthy, live healthy, and then do not just focus on the outcome or the action, but focus on your identity, on your purpose. Who are you? I am fit, I'm healthy, I'm a writer, I'm an influencer, I'm a world changer, and every action that you do, it's building upon that. So it's not just about the action, it's who you are, because that's going to give you greater fulfillment. And then you have to surround yourself with people who support you. Remember that I'm here to support you, and be patient with yourself, because as you're patient, you're going to see the outcome. You're going to see great success, because we don't know when it's going to happen. You don't know when you're going to have your big break, but you know that it's going to happen. You know that big things are going to happen. So I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, please share it with someone, and I'll see you tomorrow on another live, most likely at this time, 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. CST. But I hope you're enjoying it so far, because I'm enjoying coming on here and getting us ready for 2025. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And Action 2025, I cannot wait to see you at the top. I cannot wait to hear about your big break. I cannot wait to hear about your testimonies of your transformation. And so thank you.